A lot of people used to talk about the Minnesota experiment, an experiment that the United States government did on 36 healthy young men. These were military men. I think these were men that like didn't want to go to war, and so they offered them like this out by doing this experiment. They were starting with like the normal amount of calories, let's say 3,000 calories, and they slowly reduced the calories down to like 1,500 calories or you know, even less. They were on a very strict regimen as far as their diet, what they were allowed to eat, and things of that nature. And I think that that experiment has been the cornerstone of people's argument for saying that fasting is dangerous. See, with this experiment, they took people from what it would say a normal caloric intake down to about half of that. So they were still getting some nutrition. They kind of knew where their next meal was coming from, but because it was so restrictive, it really started to make them fiend for food. Their metabolism slowed, they became depressed and anxious. They also lost muscle and they lost energy. And then at the end of the experiment, I think they pretty much looked like Skeletor, right? They had lost a lot of weight. The men experienced severe malnutrition, and also they weren't getting proper rest, they weren't hydrating well, and they weren't getting a nutrient balance. So the government manufactured the worst case scenario as an experiment and then presented it as the world, and then people wrongly compare it to fasting.